biggest misinterpretation would be that as soon as I assign you a new address to a structure that you're getting ready to build, you cannot automatically go onto Google and find that address 10 minutes later. It's not going to populate. I get that very often. Unfortunately, I do not work for Google or Apple Maps, but it is automatically live on our site, so first responders are able to pick that up. Google will not pick it up, and most likely until you start receiving mail.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
2 balls, 1 strike. She puts it into right field. Nice play there by the Shawnee right fielder, Skyla Copeland. Kaylee, she moved on that ball well.
Yeah, she did. Came up and got it.
Just a few steps. That's all it took.
We like those.
Next is Kenzie Nicely. She looks for a ball on the outside. That's pretty tight pitch. Setting the defense for Shawnee on the mound and throwing strikes is number 11, Bailey Enright. Behind the plate, Tina Markshire. Another nice play by the Lady Wolves. Another out. Enright does it herself. First base is Carly Torbett. Second base is Lainey Reimer. Shortstop is Tatum Sparks, and third base is Kristen Haddix. Out in left field is Callie Casterkey. In center field is Sadie Smith, and again over in right field already being brought into the play, Skyla Copeland. Again, this is a district contest against Edison. Kaylee Enright throwing balls, but she's giving them stuff to hit too.
Yeah, she is. It looks like she's working the plate really well. It was nice to see her move on that second out there.
Yeah.
See her have her feet underneath her.
And really, in this inning, you're kind of feeling out Blue as well behind the plate, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to figure out what he's going to give you and what you might just try to sneak in there.
And we liked this at the end of the last game. We watched the senior go talk to the freshman. This is Tina, though, behind the plate. That's not right. Let me make sure who. I think that is Tierra.
Yeah, I think it is.
Tierra Blackshire. Sorry about that, Tierra. I should have known. She came up after last game. She helped out with the scoreboard for the JV game. It was fun to talk and get to know Tierra a little bit. As that goes right to the first baseman, Carly Torbett, for out number 1. So after one, or in the middle of one, Shawnee 0 and the Edison Eagles 0. We'll be back.
It's about becoming a team and trying to get better as a unit and approach it with the right mindset. It's this opportunity, this is obligation. I come here because it's an opportunity for me to get better, my team to get better.
If you're not getting tired, you're not working. But the great athletes know how to recover. We go get it! We go get it! Go get it! Go get it! Go get it! 1, 2, 3!
St. Gregory's Abbey produces heritage variety chickens and holiday turkeys that are giving Monk's Farm Egg customers wholesome eggs and poultry to enjoy. Raised from chicks on the Abbey grounds, Monk's Farm Eggs are fabulous tasting, and the free-range fowl make for a special holiday meal. Harrison Discount Pharmacy salutes Brother George and Father Boniface for their sustainable poultry efforts, which make our Shawnee community a better place just by being a part of it. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
Up to the plate to start things off for the Lady Wolves, Tatum Sparks taking the first pitch, strike. You want to see a pitcher as well kind of unfold in front of you as a batter. That's going to go sky high to center field, over the head of the center fielder. Sparks has some legs, and she's pushing for 3. She's going to make it standing up. Tatum Sparks getting things started right. Back to that first pitch, Kaylee. She takes that one. She kind of sizes up the pitcher. She put some lead to it.
Absolutely. I think she was getting a feel for that speed there, and then she just took it center field.
Kate Steert is on the mound for Edison. Tatum Sparks, of course, standing on third, and Sadie Smith comes in, fouls straight back. Sadie had stellar play in center field on Monday when we saw her last, and we're looking forward to big things.
Yeah, it's fun to see her be aggressive at the plate. She looks like she's ready to hit the ball.
She liked what Tatum did. She's going for it.
Yeah, she was trying to get her home.
And I go ahead and give Tatum a triple on that to the wall.
Absolutely.
We are the official scorers. I don't think anybody else is keeping score.
They might be in trouble.
Oh, off Sadie's knee. Hit by pitch. That's going to send her to first.
All right, 2 runners on, no outs, 3 hole up. That's where you want to be.
Carly Torbett, we've seen her already go to the wall this season. We're told by the coaches that, just about anybody can go yard on this Shawnee softball squad. Sadie takes off. They try to throw behind her. Tatum back easily. Torbett's got to be a little excited here.
Yeah, thinking about going opposite field. Getting those runners around.
Talk about that a little bit. Why, for the younger players at home, Why do you want to go opposite field just like Torbett did?
Yeah, just like that. Even though she seems like maybe an easy out if she was the only one up, didn't have any runners on. But if you go opposite, pretty much you're going to get a run in if you have someone on third base.
So as a young hitter, what do? You just stay behind the ball and...
Yeah, wait back a little bit on the ball, hit it a little bit later, let it get behind you just a little bit.
Another hit by pitch as Kristen Haddix takes it on the thigh. So now we have Sadie Smith at third, Kristen Haddix at first with only one out. And that brings to the plate Blackshire, the catcher, as on cue, Haddix to second. I think I already had that in the book.
You're ready for it. Just like last game, all these runners seem really comfortable on the bases, and that's a great asset to have.
That's hit to third, and she comes home just like you're talking about going the opposite way. Torbett thinking about it, and Blackshire gets up to second. So Edison unable to make that play work, and Smith comes home. So 2 runs across for the Lady Wolves here in the first, and they've still got it rolling with runners at third and second with the pinch runner coming in for the catcher. We'll get a number and a name for you as soon as possible. Haddix is the one standing on third. That's in there for a strike. Lainey Reimer, another one who had a stellar game on Monday. She's our second baseman, and she's at the plate.
Yep. And just to jump back to Tiara, she didn't hit it opposite side, but she did keep it on the ground, allowing that runner to have a chance to score. So that's what you want to see, using the fundamentals of the game to their advantage.
Well, and that's going to be a double. Might as well go for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Not too many doubles you see hit to the third baseman. Somebody out there saying, I know, because they know how to score in their book.
1 and 2.
Well, let me tell you this. If that was Edison or Meeker or, somebody else, that would have been not even a hit. It would have been an error or a fielder's choice. All right. 2 runs across. Reimer strikes out. We want to get another run across, and it's going to be up to Casterkey to make that happen. Callie Casterkey, big number 34.
All right, she comes out swinging. It's great to see. Last game, it was so much fun to watch just because their lineup is great, 1 through 9.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to ask you, kind of set you up a little bit. We had fun on Monday, but it was really the first time for us to see this team. And after you've thought about it a little bit and you're coming in, was there anything that excited you that you wanted to look for today from the girls?
Yeah, just being able to see them kind of pick and choose what they want to do, that's actually really difficult when you're at the plate. And seeing a little bit of that on Monday, I was excited to come back and watch and see how they play against Edison.
And so young.
Yeah.
I found out that Meeker pitcher that they faced, Gabo, she plays with 3 or 4 of these girls in the summer league. Okay. And also she was, she's been their pitcher, so she had a really good record. She went the next day and pitched a no-hitter against Luther.
Wow.
Just a sophomore. I believe it was Maddie Gabo. Spank! As that's hit nicely. Home run for Skyla Copeland. Not bad when your 8-hole hitter can nail it over the wall like that. Kaylee, she spanked that.
Oh, yeah, she did. As soon as she hit the ball, she knew it was over. And that's one of those great feelings.
Wow. Nice.
3?
What's that? She brought in 3. Actually, the bases were loaded. Hold on. Don't put another one up there. We will count. So we know 8 came in, and I thought she came in. We only have 1 out or 2. 2 outs. Reimer was the other out. So we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was a slammer.
Yeah.
The Grand Slam. Way to go, Skyla Copeland. Like to see that.
Coach Roulette will take that in the first inning, won't he?
Oh, why not? Right? Up 6-0, and the 9-hole up. That's Trinity Streeter. Enright not seeing the plate, the pitcher, early in this game. Two and two with 2 out and 6 across here in the bottom half of the second. And that's going to be out number 3, but the Wolves put up 6. You're watching Shawnee Lady Wolves softball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time. At Eric's Pharmacy, the focus is on the patient, not your illness. Eric's offers flu shots, travel vaccinations, poison ivy prevention, and compounding. The art and science of preparing medications for the specific needs of the individual patient. Eric's makes getting a prescription filled easy, quick, and convenient. Eric's Pharmacy, 3306 North Kickapoo.
Tires.
Richard's Drug on Main Street has a nice selection of unique gifts. Anytime you would like to find a perfect gift for occasions or someone special, drop by and make that unique selection from Richard's Drug. Of course, Jamie Barrick and her pharmacists professionally handle any of your prescription needs. For the friendliest service and so much more, frequent Richard's Drug, downtown. All right, cleanup hitter Lexi Diggs hits the first pitch in foul territory and caught by Torbett for the first out of the second inning. As Enright doing a good job, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Pitch number 2, Blackshire tries to get it over to the covering second baseman, which would be Reimer, but the throw a little bit too far inside, and Chana Hawkins reaches for the Eagles.
Yeah, Enright's doing a really good job moving the ball, giving the hitters having to chase her.
And Quillman sets up for a bunt. The Lady Wolves were all over that. They might even have had a play at second as quickly as they were there.
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee, do they even think about that in a position like this, to go to second?
Yeah. If that's something you've practiced, then it can become routine for you.
Well, I'm sure they practiced.
Yeah.
That's going to be short. Oh, again. Just unable to hang on to that. Almost wished Reimer might have just tagged the runner there.
Got her and then finished the play out on her own.
Can't falter much, though, when you're giving it over to the all-everything Sparks.
Yeah.
That's going to be strike 1. One out here, 2 runners on now. Let's see how the freshman Enright responds to a little bit of pressure on the bases.
Yeah, and you see Tulsa Edison trying to respond, adapt a little bit from that first inning and play the short game, see if they can't get some runners on the base and bring them around.
That's going to be low for ball 2 or ball 3? 2 and 1?
2 and 1.
Yeah. Jalissa Gomez at the plate. And that's going to be in there for a strike. That's just outside. Count goes full.
I really like seeing Enright work her corners. And even when she does go a little bit longer in the count, it doesn't seem like it phases her at all.
Oh, takes her out with a nice pitch across the knees. You're right on there, Kaylee. It looks like she's pretty relaxed on the mound. Second out of the inning, Nikki Smith. Now the 8-hole for the Eagles. Smith is the first baseman. That's in there for strike 2. With 2 errors really in the inning, Enright gets a good pitch here and gets out of it. That's going to be stellar.
Yeah. Having a good pitcher helps ease the infield a little bit on making some of those just quick errors.
Right. Again, the Lady Wolves very young in softball. The future is bright. In their inside corner, well placed, nicely done by Enright. Lady Wolves up 6-0. We're in the middle of 2 at the Shawnee Softball Complex. For family or business, Comfort Inn and Suites, an affordable, convenient, fun place to stay. A spacious conference meeting room is ideal for weddings, parties, business, or any type gatherings. Comfort Inn and Suites includes a lap pool for kids and adults alike, next to the fitness area with cable TV viewing. Comfort Inn and Suites, next to La Quinta and Days Inn at I-40 and North Harrison.
It's about becoming a team and trying to get better as a unit and approach it with the right mindset. It's this opportunity, it's an obligation. I come here because it's an opportunity for me to get better, my team to get better.
If you're not getting tired, you're not working. But the great athletes know how to recover.
Daniel Shaughnessy with Kaylee Wilburn. Also, my grandsons are with us again.
Yes.
They had a great time at the high school stadium on Monday.
I'm glad. I was glad to see him when I walked in the door.
Gabe and Max, always good to have them around. So at the plate now for the Lady Wolves is that Tatum again?
It is, yep.
She started things off, brought 6 across in the first. Did the Lady Wolves. Let's see if she can do it again. Not that she brought all 6 across, but she started it off.
Started off.
That's right.
Might as well have, right? We'll give her credit.
With a triple. That's going to be a single. She trots on down to first base. Hardly hit into the gap. Nice play just to knock that down by the third bagger over there, but Tatum Sparks just too fast. They weren't going to get her. That brings up Smith. Sadie Smith, center fielder for the Lady Wolves. Tatum takes off. They throw it down, and she's in with a stolen base. And Smith looking at an 1-0 count.
Yeah, Sparks is just going to be one of those players that's fun to watch for a long time. I would have liked to have that speed back in the day.
Oh, man. And she's on third now. That happens again. Wouldn't be surprised to see her on home in the dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count now. That's hit on the ground. Sparks is going to score, and Smith is going to beat it out. Single on the infield for Smith. She took one in the thigh at her first time at bat. This time she beats out a well-hit ball to third base.
Yeah.
It was fielded cleanly by the shortstop. They just couldn't catch up to Smith. Torbett with another one to first base. Oddly enough, that's where she hit it in the first inning as well. Lady Wolves now with 7 across here in this district contest against Edison here in the second inning.
Yeah, it looks like that last one just kind of got in on her hands a little bit, and she couldn't get inside the ball.
That gets by the catcher, and Smith is turning third, thinking about home. She gets held up by Coach Roulette.
Yeah, and you can tell this team kind of works on the little things. You just see Haddix communicating to her teammate that it's through, move around the bases.
That's going to be foul, and no play over there on the first base line. Already a grand slam by the Lady Wolves. Shyla Copeland knocking it over. Skyla. And Haddix with another cut. She heard me say grand slam. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes now with just 1 out here in the second. That one's going to be high, 2-2. Kaylee, tell us what's going on over at the PAC this afternoon, evening.
Yeah, they're actually having it in the high school.
Okay. That's foul.
We've got the high school has different organizations, different businesses, or have some tables set up, probably some organizations from the high school as well set up, welcoming the students back to school.
So students go home for the day, and then they come back for this event at night?
Yeah, I believe it's starting at 5:30.
Okay. And is the community invited, or is it just for students?
I think it's like a welcome back for the kids and the parents.
Nice. And that was a new thing that Principal Matt Johnson, I believe.
Yeah, I think he started that the first year he was there.
2 outs now as Haddix flies out to the shortstop. We have runner on third. That's going to be a tough one in right field. Caught as the Lady Wolves bring 1 across here in the second. They have 7 after 2. The Eagles nothing. You're watching Shawnee Softball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community 1 season at a time.
We are here in the nitty-gritty of District 3 with the Potawatomi County Commissioner, Abby Thompson. So, Abby, I want to know, because this facility is, like we said, way different than the downtown Broadway facility, but how often are you working here versus downtown Shawnee?
So obviously on Tuesdays I try to be at the admin building because we have our commissioner meetings, but usually every other day of the week I do my best to be down here. I love it down here. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of let your hair down, get dirty, play in the dirt. Yeah.
Yes.
I really do love it down here.
Yes, and being down here and seeing the guys working, answering calls, being everywhere, and yes, they do get a break every once in a while. Don't worry, you guys. Sometimes. But it just made me realize they really are the ones that have to answer these calls and work in winter, rain, summer, shine. You get it.
And I think people forget, some of them take trucks home. If we get calls in the middle of the night, we never stop working. They get called out, they have to go do it. So they work very, very hard.
Absolutely.
See, I don't think I realized that they have to work on call and all of that stuff as well.
Yes.
And so it just makes me appreciate, one, I don't come out to mod half as much as I should.
Well, you should.
Yes. Which is where District 3 barn is located, is in Maud, Oklahoma. And it allows me to realize that there's a lot going on all around Pottawatomie County. And there are advancements going on around Pottawatomie County. So thank you so much, Abby Thompson, for your heart for your county.
We are so blessed. I love our county. We have such great people. I love my crew. I couldn't ask for a better one. And I just want to remind you, girls aren't afraid to get dirty, right?
Yes.
Rhinestones and dirt.
Woo! Yes, I love that. Well, congratulations, Abby Thompson. You're making history while you're a District 3 commissioner, and we are so grateful for how you run the show over here. So
thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Love you. Bye.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
Kaylee, the infield all there encouraging their pitcher, and that's something that I've noticed about this David Roulette team is these guys are all on the same page.
Yeah, I think that also helps probably them coming. I believe a lot of the freshmen came from South Rock Creek. I imagine a lot of them probably play some travel ball together during the summer, and that helps a lot.
That they came from South Rock Creek. You
I'm
being a Rocket yourself.
I'm not being biased or anything, but
you know I'm a Cougar. I was a Cougar, and back in those days, it was better that you came from North Rock Creek.
Okay. Yeah, but just the fact that they all came from the same school, know each other, probably off the softball field, that helps with that.
I remember not long ago, and it was probably just a couple years after you. South Rock Creek had a class that came through, and they went like 32-0. I mean, they were streaking throughout. Softball has been great over there. So that's one out for after the strikeout by Enright, and just staying in that vein a little bit. That usually points to a coach. Is there an exceptional coach out there, or do you know at this point? Who was your coach at South Rock Creek, and was the program like that when you were there?
I had a couple coaches. Brooks Malone was one of my coaches, and Natalie Arnett. I don't believe either of them are coaching out there anymore. That was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
But it was that same, which is kind of funny. Brooks Malone was also the coach of Natalie Arnett, who ended up being one of my coaches.
That is funny.
Yeah. So kind of that same. Oh, and got.
It dropped down on right fielder over there, Copeland. Just couldn't catch up to that ball on the line. That was hard hit, and it was veering away from her. So, yeah, some of the South Rock Creek fans out there can enlighten us on who the coach is now.
Yeah.
Because the way that they've been rolling on, parents, number one, support that program.
Absolutely.
And number two, the coaching staff that they have, I'm sure, doing well. But that's also in the part of the country that softball's pretty big out there with families.
Yeah, that was always really popular.
So 1 out, 1 on, 1 strike, as Eagles want to take a moment to talk about this and what they're going to try to do. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 run across for the Eagles.
Yeah, but I'm excited about our event tonight. We're going to have the chamber out there. Our education task force this year is coming together, which of course is just volunteers in the community, local businessmen and women. And we really want to make sure that we are a resource, kind of a liaison for those high school students in the local business community this year.
Very nice, very nice. Well, in the students, that's right up your alley. You're not far removed from the high school, and we need that within the community and within the business community. As another strikeout by Enright, and Blackshire throws it down to try to catch him napping, to no avail as the Eagles get back. 2 outs now, as back to the plate, I believe, is going to be Standing Water. Nope, this is Stewart. I'm sorry. You know why? Because Standing Water is on first base.
Yes.
And she tried to get back, and Blackshire's going to try to get her. She is not hesitating.
No, she's got a great arm. That was a nice throw to first. Try to work that runner.
You'd call it a cannon, right?
Yeah.
We ought to start doing sound effects.
I don't know how it's going to affect my scoreboard skills, but...
The sound effects?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to work on your multitasking throughout the year. That'll happen. We just work on it, just like anything. It just takes practice. That's going to be fouled to Enright, and a nice play by the pitcher as the 3rd out here in the 3rd inning, top half. So we go to the middle. Shawnee up 7-0 over the Edison Eagles.
St. Gregory's Abbey produces heritage variety chickens and holiday turkeys that are giving Monk's Farm Egg customers wholesome eggs and poultry to enjoy. Raised from chicks on the Abbey grounds, Monk's Farm Eggs are fabulous tasting, and the free-range fowl make for a special holiday meal. Harrison Discount Pharmacy salutes Brother George and Father Boniface for their sustainable poultry efforts, which make our Shawnee community a better place just by being a part of it. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
At Eric's Pharmacy, the focus is on the patient, not your illness. Eric's offers flu shots, travel vaccinations, poison ivy prevention, and compounding. The art and science of preparing medications for the specific needs of the individual patient. Eric's makes getting a prescription filled easy, quick, and convenient. Eric's Pharmacy, 3306 North Kickapoo.
Tires.
As we come back, nicely done by Reimer right up the middle. as she's in with a double, using her speed here in the third inning.
Yeah, that was a great placement of the ball for Reimer. It was a little low outside, just took it right up the middle. Had her hands, just took it to the ball, inside the ball, kicked it through.
And that's going to bring up Callie Casterkey. She steps into the box. The Lady Wolves bats are a-hummin' today with 7 runs across here just in their half of the third inning. Some days are like that.
Yep. Yeah, I really like to see the way they adjust. I really don't know from up here, but it looks like the pitcher might be a little bit slower than they may be used to. So just watching them adjust is pretty impressive.
That's going to get away, and Reimer moves on to third base with the passed ball. Another beautiful day. I mean, we have been blessed with some wonderful weather in this part of the world, as that is dropping. I mean, we have September, the end of September weather here in the end of August, really.
Yeah, Monday I was a little jealous. I was wishing I was back in the uniform playing out there. It's great weather to play in.
Just a little bit of cloud cover, sun pops out every now and again, the short breeze, good fan support. Shawnee Softball has good fan support. Travel with the squad, but here at the stadium, there's parents and alumni who come out.
Yeah, and that was true since my freshman year. My first game at home, I was surprised and delighted by the fan support.
Everybody's always welcome to come out. They have great stuff at the concession stand. Prices are pretty fair, as you have some shade here thanks to Keith Bonner and his efforts in donating and building the coverings over the bleachers. So no matter the weather, it's a nice place to come out and have a good time. Watch some softball. Games what, Kaylee? They usually run an hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of space for the kids to run around as well. A lot of green space. Entries just $5, I believe. I should know that, shouldn't I?
You just sneak by.
Just a smile and a wave. Well, no, the athletic department actually gracious enough to, I mean, they have passes available for all year, and you can go into the athletic department and basically buy those for $20 or less, just depending on when you get yours. And, I mean, that's just one of those things. You show it, and you can go to any game that you want to go to on the campus of Shawnee High School. As a strikeout there for Stewart for the Eagles. And that's going to bring to the plate Copeland. Of course, Copeland with a grand slam the last time up.
Yeah, and Stewart starts her on the outside. Didn't want to give her anything right down the middle. She remembered what happened last time.
That's going to be to the third baseman and pop out as Copeland reaches on the air. They're still trying to get Reimer across after her double. Coming up now to the plate, Streeter. And the runner was going. Copeland will have to trot back to first and make that sprint again. Trinity Streeter in the box for the Lady Wolves. Trinity. What does that name remind you of? Go ahead. Run down to third. There you go. Yeah. The Holy Trinity.
Yes.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's right. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
What is it? What's the second thing it reminds you of? The movie. The Matrix.
Oh.
She was the first
wasn't
one that I
there.
ever saw run up the wall, and it actually looked real. That was a wild opening to that movie. As that's going to be one out. A run comes across, though, as Streeter does her job. She brings the run in, Kaylee.
Yeah. Yeah, no matter what, whenever you have a runner on third, you really want to hit the ball on the ground. Hard on the ground gives you a chance to score.
Well, Reimer gets rewarded for her double as she comes across her first time today, and the Wolves go to 8-0. That right over the head of the shortstop, and Tatum with another hit in today's ball game. She's got a triple, a double, and a single. Yes, she's close.
Yeah.
Have you witnessed one of those?
I've witnessed them. I haven't had my own cycle.
You have not.
No.
All right. Well, and some may challenge how I scored it. I forget in that first inning, but I think it was one of those that I just said, well, we're giving it to her.
I think so.
But we gave it to her. So she's got a triple, a single, and a double.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. And now we got 2 runs in this inning, right? I didn't count the last one.
You are right. We have two out, 2 runs across.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is what we have up here. If we hear the roar of the crowd, we will either know that we've done something good or not so good, depending on the language. All right, so Tatum standing on second. She may have opportunity to come to the plate again. I know she's been 1 hit away already this year from the cycle. That's going to be hit to the third baseman, can't handle it, and Sadie Smith ends up on first base. And that will bring the 3-hole hitter, Carly Torbett, up to the plate.
Yeah, and I know it's fun to go yard, and but when you have runners on base, hitting the ball on the ground gives you a chance.
Even with 2 out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know for the youngsters out there or the parents helping their kids learn. And we are learning from an all-state softball player as Tatum comes in and gets another run. That's going to be 10 for the Lady Wolves, and Sadie Smith goes all the way around to third base. As you just got to know who you're playing against. That was not going to happen.
No.
You probably weren't going to get the runner going to second. It's okay to try, but don't come back home with it like that.
Yeah, and depending on your skill as a hitter, you'll know whether you can get something through the outfield or you just need to keep it on the ground and give yourself a chance.
So, like, if you were up, you could probably get it through to the outfield. If I was up, I better just give myself a chance, right?
Maybe.
That's going to be just inside. That just missed. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. The Wolves with 3 across in this inning, threatening with another as Torbett's at the plate. She's looking for her first hit today. There she gets a good one, but caught by the shortstop for the 3rd out of the inning. Lady Wolves go to double digits, 10-0 over the Eagles from Edison.
Richard's Drug on Main Street has a nice selection of unique gifts. Anytime you would like to find a perfect gift for occasions or someone special, drop by and make that unique selection from Richard's Drug. Of course, Jamie Barrick and her pharmacists professionally handle any of your prescription needs. For the friendliest service and so much more, frequent Richard's Drug, downtown Shawnee. For family or business, Comfort Inn and Suites, an affordable, convenient, fun place to stay. A spacious conference meeting room is ideal for weddings, parties, business, or any type gatherings. Comfort Inn and Suites includes a lap pool for kids and adults alike, next to the fitness area with cable TV viewing. Comfort Inn and Suites, next to La Quinta and Days Inn at I-40 and North Harrison.
Because
Okay,
of
so the
Tasty
two
Affair.
Tuesdays and then the 28th. I know you can't be. Coming back, Kaylee, you're going to have to take off to your event here in a minute. We want to thank you for coming out, and we definitely look forward to having you at some more games, though I know that might be tough with your schedule. It's really a privilege to be able to sit down here with someone like yourself, watching the game that you love so much.
Yeah, it's been great to be here and watch these teams play. I really enjoyed the volleyball game we did a few weeks ago. And watching this softball team.
That's hit not too hard, and first baseman going to take it by herself. That's Carly Torbett. Nice job there. 1 out for the Eagles. Well, you're always welcome at our volleyball games as well. We'd love to have you stop by anytime. And for you business owners out there, get by the Chamber of Commerce. It's a new Chamber of Commerce for you, and Kaylee is the one that you'd be talking to. Get up to their offices up there and just check out the Chamber and everything that they're trying to accomplish now here in kind of a new era of Shawnee Chamber.
Yeah, we love your feedback. Love you to come see kind of what our plans are for the future and what we have going on. We do have our Tasty Affair, our annual auction coming up. That is September 28th. And if you want some more information on that, just give a call to the Chamber.
Very nice. And you guys exist to help existing businesses around town do business, right?
Yep.
That's a formidable goal and a very nice one. We all need as much help as we can get.
Yeah.
Together we build. That's going to be in there for a strike. At the plate for the Eagles is Chana Hawkins. That's in there for strike 2.
Nice. Enright's just coming with it this inning.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Good catch by Blackshire.
Yeah, she's a really active catcher.
Yeah, she doesn't let much get by her.
No.
And talk about that a little bit as an infielder and the confidence that you have with someone behind the plate.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. Being able to have confidence in your catcher. For them to keep the ball in front of them most of the time, that just gives you a little freedom and kind of what you're able to do on the field.
That one still 1 ball, 2 strikes as Chana fights that one off. Yeah, in my playing days, I was a catcher.
Were you?
I was a catcher. Yeah,
Man,
kept
that's
things in
tough.
front of me, and I kind of threw you a softball the other day when I said the shortstop, kind of rules the infield. Back in my day, it was the catcher. From behind the plate.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah. I definitely didn't. I played that position when I was a little bit younger, but I don't envy that position. They take a lot of the brunt from the pitcher.
Makes a pitcher better.
Yeah.
A good catcher makes a pitcher better.
Absolutely.
No balls, 1 strike now as Enright rolling through the Eagles lineup. Up there now, Quillman, as she's going to hit a soft roller to the first baseman, over to Reimer for 3 up, 3 down. Another great inning by the Lady Wolves pitcher, Enright, as we'll go take a break and we'll say good night to Kaylee. Thank you again for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for letting me be here. Good night, Shawnee.
And the Lady Wolves have run ruled the Eagles from Edison, Tulsa Edison, here in this district clash.
Well done by the Lady Wolves. Shout out to Skyla Copeland with the grand slam homer in the first to really put the nail in the coffin early. A 6-run outburst in the first. Again, Tatum Sparks just one hit away from going for the cycle. She started with a triple, got a single, and then a double in all 3 of her at-bats. She did not get that 4th at-bat to try. Tatum comes across the plate 3 times to lead all players. Skyla came across twice, and again with that grand slam in the first. We want to thank you as always for tuning in to Shawnee High School Sports here on ShawneeCTV. For Colton Walker, Jared Gillum, Gabe Real Dodd, Maxim Dodd, Kaylee Wilburn, I'm Daniel Shaughnessy. Again, thank you, Shawnee. Good night, everybody. From the Shawnee High School softball field, Lady Wolves win 10-0.
I've always been impressed with those guys, the deputies and the admin. They've always been kind. The deputies have pretty much work with very little pay, which is disappointing to me because they need to be paid more. But they don't complain. They work and they do their job. I mean, that was what impressed me the most about these guys. Was I'd go on a call and I never once heard them complain. Go to hopefully we never have to, but going to a funeral when they're honoring one of their fallen retired sheriffs or deputies, the way they show up. So I know I've got a great group of guys to work with, and I'm excited about that. I think we'll be able to work together. We will.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
For 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Gordon Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.